Alright, recording started.
Excellent. Please remember to note your failures. So, today's date is March 4th, 0080. You're all in a conference room. It's the Rio team. However, from across the room, you see Ensign Max Cohen. Uh, please verbalize your opinion.
Sorry, say that again.
Please, you see Max Cohen. We make it textually explicit.
Well, when you say verbalize my opinion.
I'm Max Cohen.
Oh, Max Cohen.
Yeah, this Xeon pilot that you're working
Oh.
with.
He's a hell of a himself. It's not that he doesn't trust him. He thinks that he's competent enough. He's just, he's uneasy and doesn't feel comfortable talking to him, so he doesn't know much about him. He's kind of been avoiding him. But overall he's just been uneasy and trying his best to overlook the entire war that went on a few months prior.
Okay, then. On the projector screen, you see a map of the Side 4 shell zone with five. No, it's the Side 4 shell zone with 5 red circles with question marks in them. Lieutenant Riley is standing up and trying to explain what's going on. He says that pirate activity in these zones has been particularly fierce last month, and it is the Rio's job to do a sweep of, then he points at one of the red circles, this area. We have confirmed reports that the Gowerhow fleet is in the shell zone. However, there are other pirates that we have also confirmed within this shell zone. So we are not necessarily going to meet them. Any questions?
Eh. Faust has absolutely no questions. He understands perfectly. Gotta go.
Nothing about the enemy composition, what their
That's
plan
true.
is.
Well,
If we knew that, he probably would have brought it up.
Just because I don't know my space geography well enough, the shoal, or is this area space controlled by the Federation, or is this a Republic of Xeon territory that we're dealing with?
It is so out of character. It is a Federation area. However, it is full of colony debris and dead warships, which means there are a fuck ton of Minovsky reactors in the area that are just constantly emitting particles. So it's very hard to see what's actually going inside the shoal zone without going there personally.
Okay.
Which makes it a great hideout for pirates.
Makes sense.
Probably make knowing what their composition is harder, but if anyone wants to ask that, go ahead.
Yeah, my only question would be, like, we know what other pirate groups that we know that are operating this? Are we dealing with like a handful of suits and a ship, or is this like another small fleet's worth of stuff in here, or do we have any like handle on exactly what we're going up against?
He starts rubbing his chin. Well, there's the deserter fleet 8 centered around on Armonia and then he looks down at his notes. The Magellan ship up to Kiev. We can roughly say that their strength is 8 mobile suits. There's too many singular Xeonic remnants running around to really get a strict idea, but I wouldn't say we'll find more than 6, at most 8 mobile suits. Boots in a single fight. They're having a hard enough time maintaining a single suit, let alone so many.
You know what? Faust is gonna raise her hand.
Yes?
Faust assumes this patrol mission will also be a test run for the Republic of Xeon mobile suit we have on board. She kind of takes a look at Max. She says that. Like a little glance from back to the, Riley.
Max smiles and puts his thumbs up. Riley looks a little displeased. That at will, Lieutenant.
Understood. That means he gets to see how it works. That means data. From what she's seen in the hangar, it doesn't look too different from a Gelgoog. So she's very curious as to what gives it that X at the end of its name. God damn it, she's gonna figure it out.
Okay then. Then Riley says, "There's no more questions," and he flips the time. So in roughly 4 hours, you will reach the shell zone, and in an additional 2, you will sortie. Go get some chow and go get ready to fight.
Cool. Faust is gonna be the first to up and leave after, getting dismissed.
Yeah, where does Foss go?
Faust is going straight to the hangar.
Okay, then you go to the hangar. It's not dead, but you've definitely seen it be busier before.
And is the Gelgoog here?
Yes. You remember seeing the inside of a Salamis, an original Salamis's hangar, and it can technically fit 5 mobile suits. However, it is very cramped. This, however, with the subtraction of the additional bridges and the catapults, there is way more space in here.
Interesting.
You could fit another mobile suit if you wanted to get comfortable.
Ooh, you got a fancy ship, like a White Base 2 or something. Anyway, Faust is going to actually first take a cursory look at the Gelgoog X, see if she can, spot anything about it, which you probably can't because he said it looked exactly like the,
Okay, then I'd like you to make me tact and engineering -2.
tact engineer -2, so I have to roll under a 6.
Under or under?
Yeah, D3 or D2? I mean,
D2.
that's D2, okay. Nah, I got a 9. I got like 3 failures.
That's not good. You cannot tell anything different about it. It just looks like a Gelgoog. It has a beam rifle, though.
Well, yeah, apparently, from what she remembers, Gelgoog could have beam rifles. Pretty sure they fought a Gelgoog with a beam rifle back when they sunk the Prince Garma. Curious. Okay, well, time to do some more hands-on investigation. What's some confidentiality in the face of research and knowledge, In the face of science.
It's only a little bit of time in the brig.
Just a bit. Should be fun. Besides,
Start an international incident.
it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. Just take a look, just a bit. It's a bit of a investigate. So basically, Faust is gonna go ahead and make her way over to the suit. She isn't gonna try to like go into its computer. Maybe at some point she can get her hands on the data. She isn't gonna try and steal it outright. She just wants to know what it's about, because like she's looking at it, doesn't seem to be different from a Gogoog, except the fact that they put an X at the end of its name. So
That has to mean
as
something.
as a fellow mobile suit pilot and test pilot, I'm sure Max would understand her curiosity as to what the suit's capabilities are. If anything, if Max comes here and is like, "What are you doing?" Faust can, take advantage of that. Avion, don't worry. So, can I have Faust maybe get closer to the Gogoog and try and like, I don't know, see anything?
How explicit about this are you gonna be?
Uh, Pretty explicit. Not in a. I'm trying to. Not in a fucking whatchamacallit. Not in a gato way. If it's an excellent mobile suit, I'm gonna climb in its cockpit. More in
No,
a.
I'm asking like how sly are you trying to be? Like, are you like going to like grab something, walk across the room, look at it to try to like dine its purpose, or are you gonna just beeline towards it and take a look?
Yeah, she's going to go like she's gonna go to her Gundam and then immediately shift direction halfway there and go to the Gelgugex.
Okay, then. I'd like you to make me poise and stealth +2.
Poise, self +2. Okay, so I have to roll a 7. I've got a 4. That's pretty good. 4 successes.
Okay, then you get a look at it. You may now attempt tact and engineering -1.
Tact engineering 1. So that's a 7 again. Oh shit. I met it. Holy crap.
Okay, then.
It
So,
landed on my computer.
the thing you notice now that you're a little closer is the material. It looks slightly thinner. Like you got to look at the sides, like underneath it a little bit. You can tell the material is slightly thinner.
Like the armor material?
Yes,
Hmm.
you don't.
Okay.
You can roll to try to figure out why. But what stands out to you is you can see there are way more cameras on this thing, and you notice quite a few more of them are pointed backwards than on most mobile suits.
Oh, ain't that something? Uh, I'm gonna have Faust take a guess here. So
Okay,
it's
then.
got thinner armor and it has cameras all over it, right?
Yeah.
Now, Faust has probably heard around the concept of making a 360-degree cockpit, probably during her time at Jaburo. So, if anything, she's gonna assume maybe that's what it's about, or that, or they're testing a new cockpit system, and the armor material being thinner is trying to make it lighter and faster while still keeping some durability to it.
Would you like to do an engineering a check to see if you can understand what the purpose of the armor is?
Sure.
Okay, then just engineering intact. Actually, no, keen.
Keen and engineering. Oh my god, I met it again. What?
Well, You do know that most Xeon mobile suits use steel. That thin of steel would be unacceptably light armor. And
So
yet it
that
was
means,
made.
so that means they're probably using a newer type of armor material. Faust is gonna go over to her Gundam and take a
Before you
gander at it.
I, before you do that, I'd like you to make an awareness and keen check. -1.
Awareness. Keen. Minus. I have to roll a 10 or roll a -1, so I have to roll a 9. I rolled 7.
As you're walking back, you notice one of the mechanics in a Zeke uniform giving you the stink eye. Short
Faust,
wood, brown hair. Looks pretty young.
okay, Faust is gonna turn to her and immediately not care. Faust just gives her like a nod of acknowledgement, like, yes, I see you. I know you see me, before turning around and going to her mobile suit. Probably looking really suspicious, but you know what? I'm sure Mr. Max will understand. You know, they're both test pilots. So it's not like she did anything illegal. She didn't like go into the
You,
cockpit and take a look at
she
its
looked at it.
computer.
You
Yeah,
looked
she
at it.
looked. I looked at it. Is that a crime? No. So Faust is now going to make her way to her Gundam and take a look at its armor material and how its armor material is, you know, constructed.
It's you know how Luna titanium works.
Yeah. Is it very similar?
Uh oh
Hmm? I'm sorry?
no. Sorry, just grabbing drop something. So, you notice that your Gundam, its armor material is thicker, like significantly so. But you do remember that from Captured Zaku's, the equivalent amount of your material of like Luna titanium or just straight up normal titanium is much thinner for like the equivalent amount of strength compared to high tensile steel.
Huh. Now, ain't that something? Okay. Faust is going to take a mental note of that. And Faust is now going to go in her brain that Faust has concluded that this mobile suit seems to have perhaps in a court. It's weird. It's only been 3 months though since the Federation and the Republic of Xeon have, been buddies. Of course, she's seen how fast the mobile suit development can go, but maybe the Federation helped with the development of this Gelgook?
Or maybe it was something that just like never saw the light of day. It
That,
wasn't
yeah,
developed fast enough. Doesn't develop fast enough. Or like for
it wasn't.
economic reasons, it didn't get it made quick enough. Who knows?
My God, an experimental Xeon mobile suit that wasn't deployed in the 1 Year War? It's got to be dangerous.
It just missed it. So,
Dear
everyone
God.
else, Halava, Matro, you're going to the mess hall to go get something to eat. You're
I
walking your way there.
All right.
You get there. It is crowded. It's dinner time. You get in line. Uh, you both notice that there's a couple Xeon uniforms just about. Particularly, you see a man who has the very, very fancy looking embroidery of a flag officer, a captain to be precise. Lieutenant Machio, Haleva might not know this, but that's Captain Wall, the leader of the Turtle mission. Could you roll me keen in politics?
Yeah. That is just barely a fail. Fail by one.
Would you like to use a narrative point?
Kind of would, actually.
Okay, let's spend one narrative point. Now it is one success. You know that Zach Wall is an aristocrat. However, he is now working with the Republic of Xeon, which is strange.
That will have any consequences in the future.
Keep that in the back of your mind. So, for today's dinner, it is a burger. It has all the burger things on it. You do not get to choose what is on it. It is lettuce, onion, and tomatoes. It tastes like shit.
Do we get them from the vending machine?
No, you get them from the cooks.
Is this like particularly bad, or is this just the same
It's-
standard
it-
crap we've
it's-
had for 3 months?
It's army food.
Okay.
Sandwiches are one of the few things that work in space. You eat them quite frequently. You both sit down at the pilot's table. You start eating. Do any of you have any topics you'd like to discuss with one another? This is the Eternal Mission's first day here.
You know,
This is the first time we've had to actually work with the Republic. Then.
Yes.
It was very strange to be working with the Xeons rather than shooting at them.
yeah, you
It's
tell
an
me.
observation I'll share.
They gave us a warning before, but even then, it's seeing them in a uniform. They barely even changed it. It's like
Someone sits down next to you. It is an olive-skinned man, relatively tall. It's First Lieutenant and Abdullah Bayless, the EFSF Marine lieutenant aboard. He says, it's only been 3 months. Not like they have had any time to change anything, really.
I
Oh,
mean,
3 months took us from Saberfish to gyms. I'd say a lot can change in 3 months.
He says, economies of scales, sir. Making a new mobile suit is one thing. Paying for replacing the uniforms for, I don't know, 80 million people. It's very different.
it's less the uniforms. It's the fact that these are still the same people who we were fighting. Like, they didn't replace the entire military. Hell, even their president's the same. This is just Xeon, but saying they're
They
good now.
Well, he leans in. They followed the stand down order. That's all I really give a shit about.
You know what? That's fair.
At least they're not those fucking rebels.
I mean, I suppose the fact they're here means that they're trustworthy altogether, because if they weren't, they'd be the ones we're fighting.
My point
That
exactly.
or at least they're practical and know that they wouldn't stand a chance of keeping the war going.
Either way, the way I see it is we mop up these pirates, smooth sailing for the next couple decades at the very least. I assure you that.
Yeah, if the EF doesn't, crash in on itself. But, I doubt it.
Hey, and think about this: the crisis of the Middle Ages. They moved what, 4 billion people into space? We can handle post-war reconstruction. What's another crisis? Federation was made because of a crisis.
That's fair. I'm just, the war turned everything up on its head, so I'm just paranoid, I suppose.
At least you're
Honestly.
thinking about it.
I'm honestly shocked that the peace treaty allowed the Xeon to keep any military.
Well, I would like both of you to roll me keen in politics. A +1. Actually, no, +2. This should be very common.
1 success.
Halava?
Sorry about that. +1. So
+2.
+2. In that case, keen. That's 5 successes.
You now remember, the Republic of Xeon exists because they cooed the zombies. Who are very popular with the remnants. If the remnants get their way, all of those Zeeks in this room will definitely get executed. Yeah. You don't remember that fact from the third movie, do you?
I've never watched the movie.
I'm not sure if it's in the TV show. I've actually never seen the TV show, or also like a select few episodes.
Hollywood's like biting his nails, thinking, well, it's not like there's much to coup in the first place, but he doesn't say that out loud.
Damn.
Yeah, so basically they have a vested interest that this has to.
No matter what, you can
That's
trust them to be against the remnants.
Okay. I should have asked this at the meeting, but I kind of didn't want to ask in front of the Xeons. So this mission is still a Earth Federation operation. Like, how does this work? Even though we're working with the Republic.
So they have one mobile suit along for the ride. They have an officer attached to it, but he who you can literally see across the room. Zach Wall. And he takes orders from Captain Dan Buffers.
Okay.
And Cohen follows Raleig's lead in the field.
Okay. So we're Earth forces are in the they're the ones in charge then, functionally. So that's good to know. Okay. That answers that for me. So presumably all the Xeon here are ex principality. Do I know anything, or would it be possible to find any information out on that officer I noted before, the one who looks to be some sort of aristocratic type? And would we have like personnel records, things like that? Because
No, you don't have personnel records on Xeons. However, you have many Xeons in this room that you can go asking for info. And just about the ship.
okay. I probably would try and use the end with the pilot we'll be flying with to try and talk to them and see what sort of information I can draw out of them. Because that seems like the Xeon officer I'd have the most reason to be speaking with.
Okay, then you let's go look for Max Cohen. Where do you want to look for him?
So they're not in here. I would figure my best bet is I'll guarantee to head them off if I head down to the hangar at some point, because they have to, get ready to sortie. So I'll maybe just try and intercept them there if I don't spot them elsewhere.
Inside the hangar itself, or outside the hangar, one of the leading hallways? You are more likely to find them inside the hangar. However, the fact that you talk to them, if you talk inside the hangar, will be known.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll try if I can head them off in a hallway or something like that, just so that it's not as public.
Okay, then I'd like you to roll a d6. You have to This is a 1 in 3 chance. I have 2 different numbers up in my hand.
I rolled a 3.
Congratulations, you find him. He's walking about with a meal in his hand. Not in a pilot suit, though. Still in his uniform. It's not very fancy looking.
I'll try and flag them down then. And trying to think
Yep.
here what my approach will be, but essentially it's like,
Yep. So you take a wave at this officer, at this kid. Oh, he has a moment. His face lights up in recognition. He grabs a hallway edge that he was floating past, and he pokes his head around because the rest of his body kept moving forward. He says, "Yes, sir. You need something?"
just wanted to talk since we'll be flying together today.
Oh, what do you need?
So because this is kind of out of character, I recall the information you gave us before. This pilot came straight out of flight school into being a test pilot, like didn't serve in the
Didn't see
principality,
any.
correct?
Didn't see any combat.
So basically, Match will say like, since we haven't flown together before, I'd like to know you before potentially having to rely on you out there.
Of course, sir.
So, what's your story?
Oh, well, so my parents were, wait, no, that's too far. He starts waving his hand in front. Yeah, after getting my commission, I went to flight school. That was in the summer. Then they said I did so well that they wanted me on the Goku's development. So I did that.
It looks like quite the machine. What?
Oh,
I'm just gonna.
not this Goku, the Goku, the original one.
Ah, well, you did unfortunately too good of a job on those. They're damn tricky.
He starts scratching the back of his head. Looks a little uncomfortable.
That was the that was the intent. I'm trying to keep him a little offset.
He coughs into his hand. Well, I guess that's over now. What
So
about you,
now
sir?
I missed most of the war. Only showed up at the end. So I'm still here
Oh,
till I figure out what to do with myself.
where were you?
Uh, extended range patrol out to the edge of the colony space. So
He whistles. The asteroid belt, huh?
it was extremely dull.
See anything out there? He starts leaning on the wall.
Nothing of particular interest. Trying to try not to give up too much information while trying to
He's,
press him for some, which
he snaps his
yeah,
finger. Aren't the colonies out there mostly asteroids? I hear they can like get this. They can be like it's 3 times as big as like an O'Neill cylinder. They're really that big?
out of character. Are they that big?
Oh,
My
they can get massive. They're huge. Like a
The
Boaku
Axis.
is a Boku Axis Luna 2. They're really big.
gotcha.
Yeah, so Max Cohen asked you a question about the asteroid colonies.
They're pretty enormous. Um, so what kept you working with the Republic once the switch over from the Principality happened? Why not, go home?
Uh, well, I only got my commission a couple months ago. Got to get my money's worth.
I can sympathize with that attitude.
can't exactly sit on my feet.
Are these like this test team the same people you were working with on the original Gelgoog?
A couple new ones. Ridden went away, and Zach wasn't new. I heard he was in. I think it was like the side 2 shell zone during most of the war.
Interesting. What would I know about the
Then
side
he said,
two
I
unit?
actually I think he yeah, this unit's part of the first autonomous, right? Out of character. It is. And then he says, I think he ended up fighting the Commodore one time, who is the person in charge of your overall unit.
Interesting. Okay. Gives me a little bit of information to work with, at least. Metro's not exactly like a great investigator, so bluntly asking asking questions and fishing is about as good as I'm going to get with this. Got some information. So what would I know about the side 2 shoal zone, if anything?
Okay, then I'd like you to roll me. Uh let's think. Teen academic +3.
That'd be 2 success.
2 success. So in this unit, this is a reconstituted unit. Your unit is a reconstituted unit. You are a new addition, along with another ship. During a battle of a boat coup, it lost 2 out of the 3 ships in the unit. Their flagship is currently the surviving ship from that battle. It's called the Barcelona. The Barcelona fought almost exclusively in shoal zones during the last month and a half of the war. On that ship, there are 4 aces. All of them are at least double aces. There is also a Gundam.
God.
They are quite good at what they do. Unofficially, your unit is shoal zone specialists, which is why you were selected to do this.
Probably because we blew up the Prince Garma in a shoal zone, considering.
Yeah, that's why you've been attached to this unit. That's what they do.
Hey, we just gotta do our magic we pulled off with the Prince Garma on these pirates, and it.
Plus the Barcelona team has a bunch of aces on it, so what's not to like?
What could possibly go wrong? And the camera zooms out.
The other Salamis, nothing really important about it.
There are grunts.
Yeah, it's the Palermo. Besides that, you don't really know anything about it. You do know that neither of these Salamises have the new catapult upgrades that they've started to roll out.
So is the Barcelona's also a Salamis?
Yes. To be fair though, the Nelson in class you're currently on is a modified Salamis too, so
Yeah.
Doesn't look too different.
And our whole task group is just these 3 ships?
Yep, you're a squadron, the 12th Autonomous. Primarily doing skirmishing work.
Okay. Probably after this conversation, depending on how much time we have, I would probably go and consult what information I can find on what the Barcelona was doing during the war, and you mentioned something about the first autonomous being
Yeah.
the group his
Yeah,
current
so
captain is with.
your task force is first autonomous. It's under some commodore named Blex. Yeah, you don't know the guy.
That name sounds familiar. Out
That's
of
because you should.
character.
Yeah, because it should.
Yeah.
You're the 12th squadron of the task force. The 4th. And that's under a guy named Alexander Mintov, who's also a captain.
Oh my god. Commodore Blex, you said?
Yes.
Oh dear god. Alright, cool. Fuck it. We bought. Alright, cool. That won't matter in like 7 years.
7 years, more like 3.
But like 5? 4? Considering whenever
Or 3.
Titans.
It's gonna matter in
Yeah.
3 years.
When the
So-
Titans.
Either way,
do
don't
their
accidentally
fucking-
get him killed and break the timeline.
We
I know,
can't.
he
We
has-
can't even do that with Seema Grahal because we're fighting her fleet. We can't kill her either. We're gonna cause a time distortion. We're gonna cause a singularity.
They're gonna make an AU.
We're gonna. I love Giran's greed.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Yep, so I'm gonna put a little kibosh on this. Halava, you've been pretty stressed since Boku. You think about it a lot. You also think about Mags a lot. You haven't been doing great mentally. You've been trying to cope with this anyway. You have a bit of free time right now.
Yeah. He's in the hangar, sort of still processing everything essentially. He's looking at a letter, and he's kind of fiddling with it. He just puts it back in his pocket. It's something he wrote, but he doesn't want to think about it right now.
Who's it addressed to?
It is actually it's not addressed to anyone. It is a very let me DM you.
Oh, great. The secrecy, I love it. Oh. So Raleigh would know.
No, it is something he is thinking of sending in. He has not actually done it yet.
Ah, so it's a request. I
Yes,
see.
it's a request. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. I had not foreseen this development. Yeah, so in the hangar, you see the flight crews working on the gems. You see them working on the Gundam. The Gundam flight team is actually very controlled. None of the other mechanics are allowed to touch it. And none of the Federation mechanics are allowed to touch the Gogoog.
Well, at least it goes both ways. He looks over at the Galgoog. It's weird saying that in the hangar. He knows that sometimes the Federation would capture Xeon suits in the war, but still.
Yeah, you take a look at it. It's gray and green. The only way you can tell it's the Republic of Xeon is because on the shoulders there is 3 red stripes on white. That's the only way you can identify it as friendly.
Don't suppose the New Republic has good lexicology. He sort of scratches his head.
It's no, it's invasion stripes.
I see.
Like on
Well, patchwork.
it works.
Yeah.
You will be able to identify it.
I see. He takes a look at his suit, which I imagine hasn't seen combat for a while. How many skirmishes have we been in since the end of the war?
None. You've done patrols around Luna too.
Okay, so we haven't seen any like actual combat.
Yeah, not since Aboku,
Gotcha.
which is lucky for you.
So in that case, he's going to be nervous to get back in the fray of things. Where's everybody else?
Yep. So you see Lieutenant Faust at her Gundam. You
Oh,
see Max Cohen and Matro walking into the hangar.
He's going to head over to probably Matro, cause he imagines Faust is not nervous about the about getting into combat again.
You approach them. Matro, you see Halava coming this way. I'd like you to roll me keen and empathy.
That'll be one success.
Halava, how are you feeling? Matro can dine surface level emotions.
Um, it's clear that he's nervous and he's been thinking about something.
Halava arrives in front of you, Matro.
We haven't been in combat in 2 months and we're already jumping in. Feels odd.
Yeah, it's funny how little time it takes to suddenly feel rusty at something. Think here, because I imagine Metro is like he's eager to get back out there, but this is only like his like third combat story, so any level of confidence is probably just a bit of a front himself.
Is Matro still piloting the ball?
Nope. Finally traded up a model.
His mid-season upgrade came early.
I am honestly shocked I survived long enough.
You had a really close call.
Very. Oh, like having armor things crazy to me.
You're saying I don't die if I get hit?
Madness.
Then you see Max look at the mobile suits. Beam weapons seem to make armor irrelevant. Who's to say how mobile suits will change now that every mobile suit's gonna have a beam weapon sooner or later?
Look over at my gym with his bazooka. I seem to always be one step out of the times.
Wouldn't count out ballistics there. Those guns are bigger than, well, Jesus. Those guns are bigger than anything I've seen. So I wouldn't count them out just yet.
We will see. Well, I should probably go get the Goog ready. Bye, sir. See you around, Chief. Then he kicks off on the floor and floats up to the Goog's cockpit, leaving you two alone.
Not sure how comfortable I am going into combat with an untested Zeke at our side.
Yeah, I think that's pretty universal among the crew, honestly. I don't know if anybody's really comfortable with this arrangement, but it seems to be mostly for optics, if I'm gonna be honest.
Wait, remember this is 1979. What's an optic?
That's
You mean
true.
those things? You mean those things that used to see things better?
Mostly for show.
No
You
Gundam,
know.
what that?
Oh, sorry.
What dicks? What that the Gen 9?
Yeah. Actually, in the original campaign, like I was very much on them for reminding it is the year 1979, but in the future.
Far flung future, the 70s is very specific, like sci-fi niche.
There's only one Star Wars film. The other two weren't made.
Oh yeah, they made a joke when we were doing a Prison Break how this Empire Strikes Back was never made.
Yeah.
Weird to think about.
Very specific cultural milieu.
Yeah.
So unless anyone has something to do, like I feel it's pretty safe we can time skip a little bit.
Yeah, I think I don't have anything I need to.
Excellent. Lieutenant Faust, you are in the Gundam. You are about to sortie. You are handed a clipboard or inside the cockpit. It is Master Chief Petty Officer Lennon Pennybun, your flight captain. He's in
Okay.
charge. Yeah, he's in charge of making sure the Gundam is repaired and refueled and ready to go at all times.
All right.
He point
So
yeah, he points down at the clipboard. At one specific point he says, right ankle's still acting up. But besides that, you're all good to go. It's just a little stiff.
Faust kind of gives him a glance, and she's like, "Did you not use the recommendation Faust? Did you not use the method Faust recommended?" Basically, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's stiff here." And Faust basically told them to use a specific kind of bolt, but melt it for like 2 hours or something, so it would be able to fit properly. So
Man,
Faust
we
is
don't
just
have
like,
that kind of time.
he sighs, fine, just kind of nods, thank you.
We do fast work, not perfect work. Right. He starts to go get out and says before he goes, he says, "Good hunting," and he pushes away from the cop.
Faust gives him a small salute, and then yeah, she's ready to go. She closes the cockpit, beep boop to the buttons, the mobile suit starts to turn on, the noises start happening, the eyes flash.
Yep. As we all know, very important part of the mobile suit, the thwum noise.
And the eyes flash underneath the visor, and it looks very intimidating and cool.
Yep. While we
It
are
gives the Zeeks all. It gives all the Zeeks in the hangar a small PTSD attack.
yeah, the Gundam up close. Okay then. Just while we're acting out the scene, you can feel free to do your initiative roll and input it into the initiative results.
Oh man, I wonder if that right ankle comes into play sooner or later.
Um,
Well, I have a skill to probably help if that actually happens.
Prep, just to remind you, it is on the cheat sheet.
Initiative is 14.
So you all sortie out.
We roll a 3d6.
Yeah, 3d6s.
Okay,
You
because
go into the shell zone. On your left, Matro, you see another 10 mobile suits from the Barcelona and the Palermo. They're going out to different areas. You can just make out the difference between in the Barcelona's Gundam and its gyms. All of the Barcelona's mobile suits have earned their ace colors, except one. So they're all painted very differently. One of them looks very ugly. Another is pink. The Gundam is black, red, and white.
Oh dear God, they're basically the same colors.
No, it's an
Look at
RX-78-1.
And I'm an RX-78-1 FSD.
Yeah, they're both G1 Gundams.
They're both pointing at each other with a similar paint job.
I was gonna say, now that you did your like ace in a day, did you repaint the Gundam, or is it same as we saw last time?
Yeah, you have earned your rights to paint the mobile suit however you want.
Paint the mobile suit however foul beautiful it is. Sorry, my dog is in here. He's so cute. F is stuff elite. Give me a second. Yeah, it probably hasn't changed much. It's still mostly black with red highlights on it. Maybe some gold here and there. It doesn't look. It's probably what was the other Gundam? Red, white, and black, red, and white.
Yeah, it's an RX-78-1. It's just the colors it comes in.
Yeah. So Faust is definitely like a different aspect, a different kind of tone for those colors, but it's still pretty similar. Faust didn't really see the need to paint her mobile suit a different way. Faust doesn't really care, so she's fine with it how it is. Maybe she just changed the colors a little, like a small tweak, different tones, put the colors in more different spots.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
infuriating.
if I'd imagine Faust painting anything, it'd be like switching to a like an evaluation scheme where you've got like different panels, different colors, just for like easier to pick up on gun camera footage for like analysis afterwards, rather than any like
Camouflage, because like the camouflage like starts working, and that's a problem.
yeah.
That's true, but if anything, yeah, maybe there's some spots on it that makes it easier to put on the camera.
sense.
Okay, then. So you start to fly out into your respective sectors of patrol. This is your. This is everyone's second time flying in a shell zone. There is a lot of debris, like a comical amount of debris. Dead ships. Ships. You see cars out here that are like just missing parts of the car, like cut in half.
Yeah.
Colonies torn asunder. It's a real graveyard out here.
Jesus.
It's not so thick that they're constantly hitting something, but there's lots of cover in this place. And after about 10 kilometers, you can't contact the Rio anymore. It's too far. Interference is too thick. You're basically on your own.
Right.
The plan was to basically fly around for the next 3-4 hours looking for trouble.
Just go pick a fight, essentially, if we can.
And we're gonna show up and do the Team Rocket speech. And make it double to protect the world from devastation. Unite all people within our nation to denounce the evils of truth and love. You know, the Team Rocket speech does fit the Federation, doesn't it? The one Jesse and James and Meowth do every time they
I've
show up.
actually never seen the Pokemon anime. Not one episode.
Same here.
Yeah,
I somehow I was like the exact right age bracket for that, but I have 3 older siblings, so I never got control of the remote, so I never saw it.
No, my thing as a kid was Bakugan. A show that
I
like
love
lasted like
Bakugan.
an unusually long amount of time, considering the game is way less popular.
Oh no, I love the Bakugan. I played the Wii game. That shit was fire. But yeah, so we're flying around looking for trouble, right?
Yeah.
So is it?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's us three, Rally, and our Xeon friend, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Rally has been unusually quiet. It is pretty obvious to everyone that Rally is still upset.
Not having the best of times, I suspect.
And this is probably like salt on the wound.
Oh well.
Oh.
It is what it is. If anything, Faust will assume command if he's too busy sulking to
Metro
you know.
will. Metro outranks you.
Yeah.
I guess that's one thing. I can't recall. Did we have set wingmen prior, or is this
Yes.
who we end up pairing with?
Yes, you did. However, with Mags gone, it has to change. If you notice on the combat sheet, it is ordered in a very particular way. So Halava is with Rally, Matro is with Faust.
Got it.
Makes sense.
Very simple. I'm gonna spend a narrative point.
How fast we moving through this space, by the way? Like, are we?
How
You're not going
fast
you're
we
not
moving?
you're not going full acceleration. That's too dangerous. You're not going slow though. You're
Gotcha.
going about as fast as someone can reasonably ask of you. Metro, you see a distress signal come up on your sensors.
Okay. Where is it in relation to us?
Um, uh, roughly dead ahead to your right, up a little, screen up, because space. I'm gonna basically treat this as if there's a camera, because space is hard to describe.
Makes sense.
There is no up and down in space, so it is screen up to your right.
Okay.
It's a lone distress signal.
All right. Do I have any information on what this signal could be? Like, is it a Federation signal, Xeon, civilian?
It is a standard civilian and distress signal. You remember in the belt of a couple like civilian and like transports when their engines had troubles? They threw out this signal. Oh, then you had to go pick them up.
Okay. I'll
It's
key
not
in.
it's not your first time seeing this.
Okay, I'll key in the rest of the flight and let them know what I'm seeing, and see what Rally orders.
You see the common feed aid pop up. He says, let's go investigate. Hey, but I want all of you to on the lookout. No idea what's in this place. Heads on a swivel, folks.
Copy that.
Affirmative.
Sure.
You
Can
hear
we-
Max Cohen said, "You got it, sir."
Is there a way we can move in with essentially the four of us? 'Cause I'm not really counting Max for the purpose of this. Each watching
Outside.
kind of a quadrant of like, so we have eyes all around moving in on this.
You can accelerate, then adjust your angle at which you're looking.
Okay.
I just remembered what the colors on the prototype Gundam were.
So
Yeah,
you
no,
move
fast.
in. Fast.
Yes.
The thing you see, it's behind a broken colony, and
Okay.
it is a civilian freighter. I'd like you to roll me investigate and keen.
Investigate and what?
Keen.
Keen and investigate. So we got keen, 4. Oh shit, new Fetty Scum video.
Oh. Oh.
What was I supposed to roll? A
Keen
9?
and
And
investigate.
yeah, I know, and I got an 8. So I got 2 successes.
2 successes. So it is currently cut in half. The beam marks are still fresh. Very fresh. Still a golden glow. Whoever did this
Look.
was still nearby.
Alright, Faust is gonna hit the comms real quick, report to Riley and her other squad. Well, we have signs of nearby mobile suits. Seems they were just here. Faust will continue to investigate. What's his sorry.
You see
Metro.
under its you
Form up
see
with
Rally under his breath, say shit.
Yeah. Faust is gonna turn to Macro and just single, you know what I mean. Motion for him to join up with her since they're supposed to be wingmen.
All right. So do you want to go and investigate the ship? Like take a look
I
at
want to. Oh, we should go investigate around the area because this is a civilian freighter, right?
Yes.
Which presumably had cargo.
Had what?
Which presumably had cargo that the pirates wanted, considering they slashed it open and presumably raided what is inside. So, yeah, let's go look around and see if we can maybe find some. Let's split up and look for clues, gang. To see if we can maybe find a sign of where they could have gone, or if they're still nearby, we can catch up to them and give them a what for.
makes sense. Would it be possible, like looking at the position of this ship, if I had been the one to attack this ship and I was suspecting there might be someone coming to investigate the signal, where I would try and ambush someone from, essentially, if that makes sense?
Shit, that's a good point.
I have okay. Roll me a D2.
Okay.
Just as like an attitude thing. I need to see how you're thinking about this.
That's a 2.
That is a textbook ambush. That is what you expect them to do. You are looking around the debris around you, where an ideal position for an ambush. You see the colony that you just passed. You see a debris cluster below you. It'd be a pretty great spot for an L-shaped ambush. It would work as bait.
With that in mind, I'll maybe suggest that we go and investigate the colony first. Like basically check out where the ambush could be triggered from, before going into the crosshairs
Shit.
of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
then.
the ambush.
Functionally, yeah. And then if we are in
Saying
ambush,
it
the
like
best thing to do is to push right into the teeth of it, or of
Yep,
one of the
so
sides of the trap.
Rally takes his suggestion and says, that's a good point. And he says, Oliver, Max, on me. And the 3 of them go to the debris cluster below the cargo ship. You, Utu, go to the colony. You're open order to do a sweep of it. Oliver,
Mhm.
you're getting nervous. If this is the time, if there's going to be a fight, now's the time.
Mm-hmm. Especially with yeah, just with everything that's going on. His palms are sweaty. He kind of just like tightens his grip on the controls.
You see a Zaku. I'd like you to make poise, just a poise check, a single d6.
Okay. That is a 5. My poise, 1 failure. Or 2
One
failure.
failure.
Oh yeah, 1 failure.
You see the leg of the Zaku, and you see blood. I'd like you to make a shoot action at it.
All right. I think I know what's going to happen, but 10. Uh, 5 successes.
5 successes. Be sure to take 1 ammo away every single time you fire. You hit at the piece of debris that's covering it. You see the Zaku husk float away.
He's like breathing heavily.
Then you get a feed and it says, Halva, you need to call out targets. And he starts like hitting his sensors. If there's no signal, well, that means there's no power. The target has no power.
Right.
Don't waste ammo.
Right. Sorry, sir. He's like shaking his head, like feels like he's losing it. But he just sticks with the crowd.
So,
Right.
Matro, you were in charge of investigating this colony. It's essentially broken in half. It's not small, but you can cover this distance if you're just doing a cursory glance. How do you want to investigate? There's the wall, there's the colony docks, and then there's the inside of the colony.
Probably check the docks first.
How in depth do you want to take a look?
I think this will be relatively cursory, just to like make sure that's not being used to either stage the ambush or like I don't know if they'd be maybe utilizing any of the infrastructure left in the colony for like salvaging the ships they're trying to take. So basically searching there for any evidence of pirate activity.
Okay then. You don't see any lights on. Your sensors are picking up any heat signatures. The colony docks, the doors are closed. If they're not there, if they're there, they're extremely well hidden.
All right. I'm presuming they wouldn't have had much if this like wrecked ship is still like where it's been damaged is still glowing. They wouldn't have had a whole lot of time. So I'm thinking if they're hidden, they won't have had time to like hide too deep. So I'll just carry on investigating other points because yeah, my main objective here is just to check this for like, is this going to be used to ambush us before we go and check the civilian ship? So it won't be like a deep investigation because can't afford to spend that much time.
Okay then. I would let you choose one. Do you want to investigate the colony wall or the colony interior? Both are open to space at this point.
I'm going to check the interior because if I was going to hide from something, that would give the most cover. So that's where I suspect they may be if they are in fact here at all.
You were born on Earth, weren't you?
Yep.
This is the first time you've ever been in a colony. You see floating cars, street lamps, streets. It's basically a suburban city. And you come to the striking realization that pretty much everyone who was in this colony when this happened pretty much died a horrible death. I'd like you to take 1 mind damage.
That seems pretty reasonable.
And good thing Faust only has a 1 in empathy, and that's mostly towards her squad mates.
Yeah, she doesn't get it. She doesn't give a
Nope.
fuck.
Don't care, still don't
Didn't
care.
ask.
Don't care, didn't ask. Plus,
You're space.
Faust Titan racism mark. Oh god, I need to stop spinning in my chair. Spinning in the Gundam chair.
No spinny spinny. Looks pretty cool. The coast looks pretty clear.
All
You
right.
all reconvene upon this cargo freighter. You see Holloway, you see a light. It's the standard. It must be coming from a flashlight. Standard international signal of SOS.
Oh. He, like, opens radios real quick. Actually, no, he just, puts his hand on the suit of whoever's closest. I imagine either Metro or Faust, if they reconvened. We got an SOS signal. I'm not sure it's coming from that direction. He points over to it.
Yep. So the crew is still
I'll
alive.
send over the coordinates.
No, it's the cargo freighter. You all know where
Oh.
the cargo freighter is.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You get to the cargo freighter. The power on the ship is clearly out. However, you are very certain that there are people still inside of it. Someone has to go in there to go help. And someone has to stand on watch. Who does what? Raleigh says he's going to stay outside no matter what.
All right. So I assume the one who's going to check may be responsible for getting the civilians to safety, right?
Maybe.
So
Maybe they are, maybe they aren't.
yeah, we got to make sure. So I think, well, it could be an ambush, right?
Possible.
All right. So I think Faust will go in first and make sure the civilians are okay. And if they're okay, she'll give the signal for Macho or Halava to come retrieve them if necessary. Because the Gundam is like the most combat effective mobile suit. All of them are combat effective, but it'd probably be best for the Gundam to do the fighting in case the pirates come back.
Yeah,
How does
so
that sound?
that makes a certain degree of sense. I would like Matra would volunteer to go in if Rally's going to keep watch.
Do you want to go inside?
Your logic makes the most sense of having the like if the gun is the most
Yeah,
powerful unit, we should probably have it outside man versus my basic gym, right?
Yeah, so
yes.
then Faust and Raleigh are keeping watch. Max, Excalibur, and Matro, you all prop your mobile suits so that they are stuck onto this cargo freighter and you get out of your cockpits. Go to a service door. It is not open. Matro, you don't know how to open one of these.
Okay. Would it be possible to see like is it power does it appear to have power to it or is it just like
No.
cold and dead?
It's cold.
Okay. Would it be possible to maybe jury it to my gym's like power system to get a charge to this so that I could operate like the doors?
You could try.
Because I'm thinking that this ship, having been cut in half, is probably not doing so hot. So relying on its systems to an absolute minimum might be for the best.
Before that, though, I'd like you to make keen awareness.
Oh.
Oh boy, I jammed my brain. That's 12.
Critical?
Yep.
Critical success?
No, the opposite of that.
Boxcars. Oh, great.
Boxcars.
Okay, then you start to move away. Halava, while he's moving away, you see Max Cohen get in front of the control panel. You see him get out his knife and pop open the panel. You don't know what he's doing until suddenly the door bursts out from the ship.
Jesus Christ.
Matro, I would like you to make me an acrobatics and poise test. -1.
Oh, this is gonna be hard. Oh, that's see, that is 6 fail.
Would you like to reroll?
I mean, I'm actually not sure if it's worth me re-rolling. That was not a atrocious roll. I am not super high on poise, and I have 1 in acrobatics. Rolled an 8. So statistically,
What did you need?
I needed like 3, and I rolled an 8. So statistically, I'm not too likely to pass this regardless.
Got this door barreling right towards you. So
Can
Oh,
Halava
now I
make a,
understand.
can, sorry.
Shit.
Can Halava make a roll to like push him out of the way or like grab his arm?
you have a tether gun.
That could also work. I'm a little afraid of pointing a gun at him, but yes.
It's not like an actual gun.
No, I know what tether gun is. Yeah, no, I'll do that.
Okay, then I'd like you to make a firearms and tack and poise. So you need to do this fast.
Okay. My poise is 4. My firearms is. I'm going to re-roll this. So take an air to point away. Okay, that's a worse roll. 4 failures.
Well,
I'm gonna get shot by a harpoon and hit by a door.
It's not a harpoon.
No.
It's you're being hit by a magnet.
well, if anything,
Okay, then.
we got pulled up the way a
What
little.
happens is, so you hear, or actually, no, you don't hear it. Suddenly, Matro, you feel in your right ribs something hit you. It hurts a lot. Take 1 body damage.
Okay.
Then you see the door fly past you.
Ah.
You look
And if I-
behind it. You see the tether, or you see Halava's tether gun unwind, flying about, and you see the door to the ship is now open.
Matro, you
And do I-
still with us?
Yeah. Do I see our Zeke friends sitting there with a knife jammed in the door controls still? Or does he move out of the way?
He's still there.
A little heads up next time would be appreciated.
Fuck.
So that hurt, but I'm not like out of action from that, correct?
However, you could have gotten seriously injured had the door hit you.
Yeah. There's a little influence loss Matro appears appears there. Okay.
You enter the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm behind our so
Our
helpful
very,
friend.
your very green friend.
Yeah.
He does seem genuinely broken up about it, though, so it was not intentional.
Okay.
So, as the ranking officer, you get to decide where they go.
Is there a like an emergency bulk or something we can close behind us so that we aren't just constantly opening doors and venting air?
No. However, it's not an emergency bulk, but there are airlocks basically throughout the ship as a safety precaution.
Okay.
So you find one and you get into the pressurized parts of the ship. Your equipment on your normal suits say that the oxygen's getting uncomfortably low.
What style of ship is this? Is this one I'm familiar with, or is this?
It's I'm shit. It's about the same. You know, like the Beehive, the
Yep.
Columbus class. It looks like one of those, but it's a civilian man. Because, like, in my mind, those are just like civilian, like convoy ships.
Makes sense. How big of a crew would we expect on a ship this size? Like, are we talking
Since
couple
it's not a
dozen?
since it's not a warship, maybe 100.
Okay,
You don't need to have as big of a crew if it's not a warship.
gotcha. And like you said, the ship's like was cut in half. Is it like big slash but all of it's here, or is it like we're missing half this ship?
Yeah, you're missing half of the ship.
Okay. Just trying to think what facilities we have to take 100 people out of here, or possibly up to 100. I guess our first priority is make contact with the crew on here, and then get like a lay of the land of what's going on, what happened, and like if is there lifeboats, is there some kind of escape mechanism here, or are we going to have to like shuffle people into? Does this thing have any like hangars of its own? Like, would it have like a shuttle or anything like that? We can.
You do know they should have enough lifeboats for everyone. However, you also know that they are not located in the front of the ship. They're located in the back, which you are currently missing.
Gotcha. So that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. It's
Bit of an issue
somewhere.
there. Somewhere. Okay. I think I'd rather not split us up, so I think I would try and make our way to the section of the ship we saw the SOS coming from.
The bridge.
Makes sense. And work our way through the ship to there.
I'm gonna spend another narrative point. So you're walking down these dark and mean hallways. Halava, I'd like you to roll me keen and awareness.
Nope, that is 3 failures.
3 failures. Matro, you suddenly hear Max yelp, and you hear something crash behind you. When you look behind you, you see a bulky white normal suit trying to strangle Max.
Oh my
Okay.
dude, they're gonna stumble out of the ship injured as fucking rallying bells. They're gonna be looking at them like, what the hell happened in there?
I mean, this is Gundam, so I'm going to pull my pistol and fire at a spot like above their heads. They drop them because just firing guns to punctuate your conversation is pretty much standard.
I'd like you to roll me tact and intimidation +3.
Okay. Thank goodness for the plus, because I'm not an intimidating fellow. That will be 3 success.
3 successes?
You rolled very lucky.
The normal suit's visor is not closed. You see this guy back off, but is almost growling in rage. Pirate fucks think you can just take this ship.
I think you have it wrong. We're here to rescue you, not to rob you.
Then he points towards Max. Then what's he doing here?
Public of
Yeah.
Xeon is engaged in a joint anti-piracy patrol with the Earth Federation forces.
Likely story. I'd like you, Matro, to roll me charm and expression +2 because that is the truth.
Yeah.
A single Faust
Oh.
to begin with her guys.
So close, and yet so far. I failed by 1.
Would you like to use a narrative point?
I think so.
Okay then. This guy says, okay then, let's say you really are here. Alright. Why are you here then? Here for that. If you really are who you say you are, why are you here? And you're medical.
We're making our way to the bridge where we were signaled with a flashlight SOS. Is this not the quickest route from? Which part of the ship did we board on?
Like the belly.
Yeah. So is this not on the route? And I don't know if that's actually accurate or not, or if Matro got himself turned around.
Making shit up. Don't worry about it too much.
Okay. Well, that's more like Matro will be asking that of the crewman.
No, this is not even close. Follow me. And you are led to the bridge. You pass some people. They're all wearing bulky white normal suits. Civilian make.
Okay.
Everyone is giving Max the side eye.
I mean, to be fair, I'm giving Max the side eye these days, so I can't really hold that against them.
He seems very sheepish.
Makes sense.
So
So who?
you make it to the bridge. There is an older woman, gray haired. Who's there? Seems to be the captain.
I'll introduce myself as Lieutenant Matro Dash, Earth Federation Space Forces. What happened here?
She starts rubbing her chin. Well, making a supply run, and the company said to cut costs. We should cut through the shell zone, and four Seek mobile suits jumped us. Before we knew it, half the ship was gone, and they had already ran off with the cargo.
What were you carrying?
Mostly livestock.
Oh,
You know,
cows.
A shipload of cows. Wow. That was a deeply unfortunate series of events for them. You didn't have to see which way they went, or like have a bearing.
Yeah, we can tell you which way they went, but I'm more concerned about the people in the ship right now. Do you know where the other half of the ship went? We can't get to the lifeboats without it.
Oh, they took the car. They didn't like take the other half of the ship. They just loaded the cargo.
Yeah, he basically they broke it in half, then they stole the shit and left.
We didn't see any sign of it. How many crew do you have left aboard?
62. Plus there are 18 corpses.
Hmm. Okay. Just thinking about this real quick. So we either could go and search and try and find the other half of the ship because we need something to transport these people out of here. We either have to try and search down the missing half of this ship, or I wonder. I didn't take a good look. Would there be anything on that broken colony, like in the dock? So actually, all we need is something that's essentially going to be airtight.
That's a great idea. Oh.
I don't know if that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's not something you could spend narrative points. Like, oh yeah, there was totally like a shuttle just floating there.
sure. Let's spend a narrative point. There were shuttles in the there should be there should be shuttles inside of a hangar.
Right. I guess we don't have any way to directly communicate with the suits outside currently, right? Because there's no power on the ship currently.
Yeah, you could send a runner though.
Yeah, I think that probably would be the plan. I'll probably send our sheepish Xeon to be the runner in
Are
this
you
case.
sure?
I mean, I trust him like enough
No,
that if
no,
he
that's
fucks with
not
the
what I
wind,
mean. I'm talking. The first instinct when one of the crew saw him was to attack him. Are you sure that's a good idea?
that is a good point because it's not like everyone's in here. I'd send him with a crewman, probably in that case, someone to vouch for him, and like I will be severely disappointed if I find out that he gets brained by someone with a wrench. So
Okay
essentially
then.
assign him like an escort from the crew. It's like don't let anything
A
bad
guide.
happen. Yeah. Plus, yeah, we needed a guide to find here in a halfway decent time, so maybe send him back with the guy who tried to brain him the first time, which may or may not be a good idea, but
We will see.
yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
So, Cohen goes away along with his guide. Since we are nearing a natural break point, I have a couple questions. First off, do you guys need a bathroom break? Second off, would you like to stop here or like to keep going? I'm not sure how like long of a session you guys want to do, like typically.
I'm fine to keep going. I wouldn't mind taking a 2-minute bio break personally.
Swappy tired?
Nah, I'm still good to go. I should probably go serve myself some food and then I'll be back.
Uh,
I won't be gone for too long because
would
I usually
y'all?
eat in my room.
Tired?
I can keep going, but there might be something I have to do. So would y'all be good to keep going without me? Like you could say
Uh,
that
how much
Halava
time do you
went
have
with.
tonight?
I mean, I can keep going. It just. Yeah, yeah, I
Okay,
can keep going.
let's take like a 5-10 minute break just to like go pee and get food.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go
Be right back.
Do, do, do.
And back.
Oh, you're back. How are you feeling about things so far?
Good. Always enjoy the little bits of horror that is like exploring exploded space colonies.
Yeah, I am sort of realizing that since we're sort of like starting in the middle of a story, but the plot has only just started, like I didn't get the opportunity to make like lots of NPC crew to like interact with. Like one of my campaign's favorite characters was the drunk cook who is a black market dealer.
Nice.
Yeah. My players started calling themselves Lana Bros after him.
Part of my problem is I'm really awful at remembering names. So I often am really bad at remembering like NPCs, like to remember like, oh, I should go and talk to so and so because I just remember them as like a descriptor rather than who they are. Like,
Oh, I'm really good at remembering those things. So as long as you know who they are, the name it's less important.
sounds. I have to remember like once we get back from this sortie, I got to talk to Rally because man, he doesn't seem to be having a great time. And
No, not at
I
all.
forgot to talk to him last time because I knew he was like all broken up, but things were like moving too quickly, and now I feel like, and I let that stew for 3 months because
It's
Matros.
awkward.
Yeah, right. You leave it too long, you give somebody some space, and then how do you bring it up afterwards? Which is a problem I know all too well. So I'm gonna put it down as realistic role playing in that I am an awkward bastard, and I just play characters who are also a bit awkward.
Most of my favorite NPCs I have played or have all been like my worst aspects, just like the intrusive thoughts winning.
Or it's always fun.
Actually, when I was writing for the quest thingy, one of my editors, just Matt from the Discord, he often is in uh, the fan fiction. I asked him to be one of my editors. Tired is also an editor for that, and he asked me if I was French because Arnau is French. He's the main character.
Actually, I haven't read any of the fanfic channel. I really should
It's
look
interesting.
into it. I do enjoy people's writing projects.
I mostly read fan fiction because I don't have to pay. It's free.
Hey, that's reasonable.
The quality is often dubious, but you can't complain with the price of free.
It's true. It passes the dollar per hour test exceedingly well. After all, Also, like these days, the line between like fanfic and self-published is paper thin.
Oh yeah, because like on Space Battles, like the original writing section, there's always something in the first 5 pages. Original writing, usually at least 3 things.
Yeah. Which it's nice in a way though. That, like there's so much generated. The nice thing about reading fanfic, you take it or leave it, and it doesn't really matter one way or the other. Like you said, you haven't spent anything on it. Like
You beat the price of free.
can't be at the price of free, and if it sucks, oh well. It's not like
You paid the money for it. You can't actually complain.
yeah, and it's also like if it's something that you care about, like okay, somebody's writing, you don't agree with it, changes. You just you can mentally discard that much easier than any kind of like official creative material, right? So
Now, one of the biggest thing is like if it sucks, you can just go write your own. No one
yeah,
will stop you.
exactly.
I have my food.
We have all returned.
Yeah.
Tired.
No, I'm not tired.
Just confirming that you're there. Okay then. To remind everyone, so Max was sent as a runner to Faust, Ust, and Rally. You've been informed of the situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let the young folk do the legwork.
The privilege of being an officer.
The privilege of being older. So
Granted,
we got
Rally actually is old. He's 40.
yeah,
He's ancient
but
by
yeah.
Gundam standards.
He's ancient in like for actual pilot standards. He's old.
So Faust and Raleigh have been informed of what's happening, right?
Yep. Max gets back and he looks when he says that Lieutenant Rowley wants us to return to the mobile suits. We're going to go search for the lifeboats.
All right. I'll turn to the captain, like get and ask them to get their like the surviving crew organized to like debark as soon as possible, as soon as we can bring this into dock. Like, is there functioning airlocks somewhere on the ship that we can dock a shuttle to, or are we going to have to like shuttle people out or like
You're gonna
have
have to
people head
do it
out
the
via
hard way.
the hard way? Okay, so I'll get them like posted up in like a corridor that's behind airlocks, I guess. And then as soon as
Yeah.
we can bring a shuttle in close, that way we can just load and go. Because I do not want to be out here any longer than is strictly necessary.
Okay then. So you return to your mobile suits. Now you go have to go find lifeboats.
Let's go find lifeboats.
Rally wants to go look for the other half of the ship.
Does he want us to
Was
split and do
Faust
that,
arguing?
or
I
order us
believe,
to do that?
Matro, you had an idea.
Yeah, I will suggest to Rally searching the nearby colony for like shuttlecraft instead of having to try and find half a ship that's floating out there, you know,
Somewhere.
with active pirates around.
Good idea, Lieutenant. And then he says, as just checking wingman. Matro, must go to look for go check out the hangar again, the space docks again.
Happy.
Copy.
You go there. You find one hangar. You find one shuttle. You need at least two. You can try searching deeper.
Faust will go on ahead and search deeper. Though Faust, you know what? Faust is gonna turn to Masterfist before she does that and says, "We could fit more people than what is usually recommended for the shuttle. Just because the shuttle has a set, what's the term?
Occupancy.
Occupancy limit.
Yeah, even if the cockpit has a suggested maximum capacity, doesn't mean we can't fit people in."
Overload it.
Yeah. How deep into the shoal zone are we? Like a couple
Uh,
hours?
Yeah, a couple hours. However, you are not terribly far from your ship.
Yeah. So like in an emergency, we could probably just overstuff this thing without it being critical.
Bad.
Let's. Oh, before we move on, the other half of the ship, were there crew on that as well, or is this like the sum total of crew? And I just realized that this plan, if we just like grab the shuttle, stuff these guys on it, and go, are we like
So
confining?
you know that there are roughly 100 on a Columbus class transport ship. There you have 78 bodies, is alive and dead, accounted for.
So yeah, we're still missing some potentially then.
There could be people there. There also could also be no one there.
Yeah, they could all be dead, but I don't want to just abandon them. in my
Or it
thinking.
could be even more skeleton than normal. You don't know. You didn't ask.
Fuck, we're gonna have to do a fucking relay. Well, we gotta take this.
You could radio.
Yeah, let's radio back and find out on a head count.
All right. Do you want Faust to radio back?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Faust is gonna let me finish eating this food real quick.
Yep. So, Halava, you see, you both get the comm feed relaying the information. Rally sends Cohen again, and Cohen gets back that there's only one person unaccounted for.
Suspicious.
Hmm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Dude, imagine being stuck on another side of a cut in half ship by yourself
All alone.
in the middle of the shoal zone.
Well, I mean,
So
the one thing
close.
that makes it convenient, though, if we go after it, we don't have to like dedicate a shuttle to that. It's just a matter of we stuff them in the cockpit with someone. Like,
Or carrying him in our hands.
yeah, you can.
Well, if we get attacked by pirates, it's probably safer to have
And Cohen says that the person unaccounted for was outside the ship when it happened.
That makes things a bit more complicated. Now it's worse. This guy's all alone in the shoal zone, and the last thing he probably saw was his one way back home get cut in half.
No,
What were
it
they
was-
doing outside of the ship?
Maintenance.
Okay.
His maintenance buddy saw him fly off.
Okay. You know what?
Probably
I'll just,
he's probably fucked. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you.
Better safe than sorry. If anything, we can just recover the corpse for, whatever family. Not like Faust cares, but it's her job. So you know what? Does the Gundam have any? I don't think
Rally
it has.
makes a call.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to go look for him.
Understood.
Damn it. Roger. Yeah, Faust doesn't care. She has a 1 in empathy.
So what kind of shape is this shuttle in? Is it like functional, or is it just like
It's
an
dusty.
airtight?
It's very dusty.
Okay.
The air, you can feel the age in the air. And it smells like trash. Like, when you go into a storage room, it smells like that.
Oh, okay. does it seem fun? I guess I'd have to probably just go up to the cockpit if I want to find out. I just want to see if this thing will actually, fly.
It turns on. The fuel is good. You have plenty of fuel. It's not a full tank, but it's more than enough to get to back to the squadron.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if it powers on, I'll return to my gym, and I guess because I don't want to have to shuffle back and forth. I basically tow it back to the
Yeah,
the
you
transport
grab
ship.
it.
Okay. Because basically
Use
my
your
plan
fake
is
mobile suit hands.
You grab it, and then they're filed in, and then you escort them back.
oh, okay. That was going to be my next question. Are we going to escort the survivors back, or are we going to try and take off after the pirates?
It'd be
Based on
deeply irresponsible to not escort them.
fair enough.
So
I
as
suppose
soon as you get back to do the handoff and radio range, and Bradley relays the information, you see a comm feed open up. It is a senior officer, a flag officer. It is Captain Mintov. He has a rather impressive looking brown beard. He looks a little old and tired. He tells you to go take off and after the pirates immediately. You do
acknowledged.
so.
Do we have? I suppose we're basically just turning and burning. Have we heard anything from any of the other search teams?
No.
Okay, just was curious.
I'd like everyone to make a move check for me.
Move check. Okay. MS move is 14.
It's 4 success.
For success.
Oh, I got an 8 again. I'm rolling a lot of 8s. Oh, wait, shit. I have a awakening point. I rolled Snake Eyes. I got an awakening point. Ooh, Faust new type. Ooh, let's go. Anyway, so that's 6 successes.
6 successes.
7.
When you on your intercept course, when you find them, they're escorting 4 shuttles that are dragging along 4 cargo containers that are very
Oh.
big. You intercepted them with their score.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
It is 4 Gelgoogs.
That's it for Gogus?
They are Gelgoogs though. They are very tough.
I know. I was just making sure it sounded like you were gonna list off another mobile suit, but you kind of just cut off there. And I was like,
They are Gelgoog Marines.
is one of them colored a bit differently? Is one of them
No,
a named character?
no, one of them has a command horn, but that's to be expected.
Oh my god. All right. Wow. I guess. So have they noticed this? Probably.
Yes, they have noticed you.
All right. Time to do old reliable, which is intimidation
Violent.
check after
A fuck
Max
ton of
goes.
violence.
A fuck ton of violence. After Max goes, then I'll roll my intimidation check.
I mean, it's a good system. It's worked out before.
What was the first roll I messed up again?
Hey,
In the
Halibut, could
second
you
roll?
do me a tiebreaker? Better than a 3. Third,
1.
1. You will go ahead of G3 then. Matcher, could you do the same? You need to do better than a 5.
All right. That's just rolling my initiative again. And
No, just a tiebreaker is a single D6.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 6. My God.
That is bad.
Right. Damn it.
Rally goes ahead of you.
That's all right.
So, to let you know, since this will be your first time fighting with Cohen, he has one bonus, Hasten a day. Which what that allows him to do, for one turn, he ignores all negative modifiers to rolls.
Oh, right. Shouldn't Faust have that, considering?
No, that's just what the thing's called.
Oh. Oh, right, yeah.
So, just so everyone's aware of the stakes, there are 4 Gelgoogs escorting 4 shuttles with cargo. Destroying the enemy mobile suits is less important than recovering the cargo.
Right. Also, who knows? That one missing guy who got fucked. He could be hiding in one of the cargo containers. Faust doesn't care, but I do.
The Gelgoos, by the way, can we tell from their markings, are they part of that fleet or are they independent pirates, or is it impossible to tell?
They just look like Zeeks. They're not Republic of Xeon. They're definitely wearing Principality livery, but nothing to denote specific fleet. At least you can't tell from this distance.
Nope, fair enough.
Max aims his beam rifle at G1. You are currently at long range. Until you get to close range, everything will have a cover or modifier, acting as heavy cover. Because there's too much bullshit in front of you for it to not.
Makes sense.
One success versus. So the Gelgoog dodges Max's shot. Faust, you're up.
Alright, time to do the daily ritual for this, where I usually start by trying to give enemies debuffs.
Yep.
Oh.
So roll me wrath and intimidation plus
Can I
3.
describe it? Can I describe it?
Sure.
Yeah. Your plus 3. All right. So the enemy wrath and intimidation. So 1, 0 plus 3. So I have to roll 4. So the enemies are like, we've got contacts, and they turn to face the mobile suits coming at them, and they see the blue light of a Minovsky particle reactor of a mobile suit moving, and it's dashing in and out of the cover of the broken colonies, destroyed cars, buildings, maybe a corpse or two, and they see its eyes flash bright yellow as they see a familiar outline, and it raises up its beam rifle, and they
In
see
the
Gundams.
terminal cutaway, you hear Gundam.
Gundam! And then they're gonna get mad because that's how evil fruit fuck up this roll. I got a 7. That's
7. That's a
great
failure.
failure. Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Oh,
Nothing
well.
bad happens though. You are still allowed to make an attack roll.
All right, yeah. Let's at least they said the funny line. Anyway, let's use the MS cannon on my shoulder
Against
to against let's see. Gelgoog numero 4.
next person in the order, it is going to try to dodge. This will be at long range, but since it is a cannon, that is within your regular range, and it will have a cover modifier.
So a 9.
Wait, you have an 11?
Yeah, I have an 11 in fire and an 11 in snapshot.
Not snapshot.
Yeah, I have 11 in both fire
Oh,
and
okay.
snapshot.
Okay then. Yeah, so just
So that's-
make your attack.
So I have to roll a 9. My dice fell.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I rolled a
Yep, so the shot screams across, and you see the Galgut start to scatter about.
yeah.
It goes to
Nah.
return fire, Faust. Would you like to dodge?
Yeah.
Very well then. Make a
I'm gonna put a failure attack in my intimidation. It's not gonna be my main gameplay style. Might as well try and
Okay then. I
yeah.
had 3 successes from my attack roll.
I gotta roll.
Yeah, your dodge roll, unless you want to fire back.
No, I think I'll rather move. It's the move check, right?
Yes, a move check.
No. Six. Let me see. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 successes. So barely managed to beat out his shot.
Yep. You start to maneuver or downwards. Alright. The beam hits. That's the piece of debris you were hiding behind. Alright. Halava, it's your turn.
Alright. Halava is. Nobody is aiming at anyone else, correct? I mean,
Not yet.
not
But
yet.
everyone's. But the Gelgoogs are still scattering.
Alright, is there any piece of cover in the shoal zone
Everywhere.
everywhere?
Until you get very close, something's always going to have cover.
Halava is going to get behind something and try and draw the attention of the Gelgoogs. He's just going to fire a general shot from his bazooka.
Okay then. Just a fire order. I'm gonna do this like it's a suppression.
Yeah.
Don't worry about cover modifiers and give yourself a +1.
Alright, 3 successes in that case.
3 successes. Very well then. That down as a note. B3 tries to fire back at you. That's a big failure.
We're just taking pot shots at each other.
Until you get closer, that's how it is.
Yeah.
G2 starts to come towards you, Matro. It's charging.
All right. I'll attempt to
The
dodge
things, yeah,
out of the
things you're
way.
allowed. So the things you are allowed to do against a charge is you can fire at them, you can get your beam saber out, or you can try to outrun them. You're
Oh, the Gelgoos are pretty quick if memory serves, so I don't know if I'm
so
going
are
to go.
you though.
Also going to go with here.
So you have to beat the Gelgoog successes, which I will just tell you straight up. I got 7 successes for this.
Ooh.
But if you get out your beam saber, you will always have the chance to parry. So that will never be like actually wasted.
I mean, first time for everything. Let's try out this beam saber. It seems much more intimidating than the claws I was used to.
Okay, then you get out your beam saber. The distance has been closed. Right on top of you. This is the first time you've gotten to use the beam saber in live combat. It goes for a swing against you. You may make your preferred melee A, but just act it out accordingly.
If he's going to swing for me, I think I'm going to try and counter by boosting right into him, actually, and trying to like stab him first, going on the logic of like point beats edge, and like if he's expected to get the drop on me, I'm going to try and like turn the tables on him.
Okay, then.
If that makes sense.
Sure, you're trying to move into it. I'd like you to make me then poise, melee, reactor.
Who's melee? Oh man, gonna have to learn how this melee thing works. not my strong suit, but oh well. Well, that was not a great roll. 3, 7. Oh yeah, that's like 6 degrees of suckitude.
Would you like to re-roll?
Yeah, that was a bad roll. I'm not good at this to begin with, but that was a particularly bad roll.
Any successes reduces how much damage is done in opposed rolls.
That was even worse. I rolled a 14. And I have a 7. So that's 7 degrees of suck.
Don't forget to note that down that you failed it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So you try to move in, and you're batted away. That's, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, then just calculating damage. So it cleaves your shield in half, and it bites slightly into the left arm armor. You are now nimble 2, which I have noted down on the combat sheet. You don't need to do that on your personal character sheet, though.
Okay.
You no longer have a shield, though.
Well, it's kind of funny. I was all that debate at the start when we started today, and it's like, do I need a shield or not? The answer was yes.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Nimble is a consolation prize. Rally goes to stab. What was it? G2? Okay, what happens? 12. Oh my. Rally starts battering against this guy. So that's also 10. Goes right through the shield and cuts off this Gelgoog's arm. Nacho, is your turn. You're currently stuck in 2v1 combat with G2.
Considering how Master realized that like his little bit of time in the simulator did not prepare him for like melee combat.
Versus like people who know what they're actually
Exactly,
doing.
people who know what they're doing. I'm going to switch to the bazooka and try and
Point blank.
point blank this guy. Like if I have to like risk losing the bazooka by jamming it in between us, I'll do it. Yeah, just attempt to blow him away at point blank range.
Yeah, so they're currently in a saber lock. You can try to go for speed and just shoot him, or get Rally to back off for a moment.
Yeah, I will. Because I don't really rather not blow Rally away with this, so I'm going to like line up my shot and then like call out for Rally to like make some distance and then try and tag him as soon as he gives me an opening.
Yep, so Rally boosts back, jerks backwards. Alright. I'd like you to make a fire order with a +1. Because point blank gives +3, but but your target has nimble 2, which is not -2, so +1.
Yep. Let's follow on to that.
Any successes will kill the Skelgu.
With plus, that will just do it, actually. I rolled badly, but I have a pretty good fire order. So with a +1, 12 and 13, yeah, that'll just tag him.
Congratulations, you just got a kill.
Kablam.
Blammo.
Also, I believe that's the second time Rally saved my ass, if memory serves. I owe that man a drink. Or several.
More than a drink. You owe him a conversation.
Yeah, that's fair. I will make note of that. That's something that needs to happen.
Matra, G1 is also going to try to close the distance on you.
Well, fight or flight response. It doesn't matter because I've already used my reaction.
Yep, you've already used it. It's barreling down towards you.
Yeah, there's really nothing I can do then, correct? With your reaction
Correct.
burn?
That is
Well,
correct. It's right on top of you. Then you see a beam hit it. Square in the shield.
Huh.
You look behind, you turn the mobile suit slightly, it's Lieutenant Rally.
Oh, man. That's like 3 I owe you now. I'll say that over comms.
Yep, and now you're facing down this Gelgoog that doesn't have a shield. It's just sword and rifle. It is the top of next turn. I am going to spend a narrative point so that G1 can go first.
My God.
It's still gonna focus on you, Matro.
Reasonable.
It's gonna try to stab you. How would you like to respond?
I'm going to try and like just get out of the way with this one. Possibly put
Yeah.
some of the like various shoal zone debris between us, if it's all possible.
Okay then. You then a move check. I
Right.
would like you to beat 4 successes.
All right. 7. It would tie that, I believe.
Oh, a tie?
Yeah.
Tiebreaker roll a single d6.
I want to roll low, right?
Roll low.
Okay.
I
Just
rolled a 1.
roll an armor saves for my Terminators. I rolled a 2.
Yep. You start to back off. It clips the leg, cutting the left ankle off.
It's space. Who needs legs?
Um, since it has bitten into your frame, and click the frame aim modifier on your right hand frame damage. Just click that at number 1, and all of future rolls will have a negative modifier.
Okay.
Max turns your way and attempts to fire at Goku 1. Oops. We'll try to dodge. That's a big failure on Max's part. Come on, roll better. Faust, it is your turn.
All right.
In your formation, you have a Gelgoog.
Yeah, G1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna blast him with my G rifle. G rifle? Yeah, sure. Beam rifle.
Yeah, okay, Tomono.
My G rifle! Achab! Alright, yeah, let's shoot him with my beam rifle. I'm just gonna turn around and fire off a shot at the dude.
Okay, then. No negative modifiers. Just blast him away.
I need to roll an 11 or lower.
Oh, remember, reaction in which you can use to give yourself a +2 to this roll.
Alright, so my dice rolled on my laptop and I gently pushed it out the way and it seems to have rolled. And it's now right behind my plate. So I'm gonna pull this out and we're gonna see what I got.
Okay.
No fucking shot.
What?
I have another awakening point now.
Oh, great. Excellent.
This is I'm playing too good. This is gonna bite me in the ass later. Anyway, I got an 8.
Oh, 8 successes?
No, I have 4 successes.
4
That'd be
successes.
like
5, 6.
8 damage.
Yes, that is 8 damage. Add a kill.
All right.
Actually, no, don't add a kill.
Okay.
It is down to 1 health.
All right. Cool. All right. So I guess that's my turn.
Boss, no, Halava, you see G4 fleeing. It is now your turn, Halava.
I see G4 fleeing.
Yep, along with the transports.
Along with the transports.
Yes.
In that case, Holliva is going to... How many narrative points do we have? Ooh. He's going to make a shot with the... Are the transports manned, or is it just material?
They have to be.
They have to be?
However, these are the guys who refuse to stop fighting. I'm not sure how much compassion you have for these guys.
Holliva is going to fire with his cannon, but he's specifically going to aim for the top half of the Zaku.
Galgoog. It is
Galgoog.
currently
Sorry.
its back is facing towards you, so you don't have to worry about the shield.
Alright, he's going to try and aim not for the reactor to prevent the explosion. So... Would that just be a standard shot, -2, because I'm aiming somewhere specific?
Remember, it's a shell zone. There's also always the cover modifier.
Oh, that's true. He's just going to take the shot normally, then. And
Okay, then shoot at him.
Five successes.
5 successes. So, the cannon hits behind G4 and applies 8 damage, which means it is 1 point away from a kill. It lists uselessly. Add a kill. And G3 also flees.
Kill them all! Don't let a single one escape. Count only the number of Zeeks you have killed.
Let's not overlook the
Rally.
bombs, otherwise Max is gonna feel real sad hearing that.
Rally tries to finish off G1 with the Vulcans. And he succeeds. It does not explode. Matro. There's only one enemy left. It is G3. G3 is fleeing along with the transports. You have to go get those transports.
As I will pursue at best speed after the transports. Now, would a Vulcan be able to like try and take out the engine of these without like blowing the shuttle to pieces?
You don't need to worry about the crew. So the way the cargo is attached is it is a cargo container on a rope, essentially attached.
Gotcha.
It's like being towed along. You can destroy the shuttle all you'd like.
Okay.
However, leaving G3 to run informs that that your squadron is in the area.
Oh, makes sense. How fast are these shuttles?
Let's just say mobility 4. You are
Okay,
faster.
so we are fast. So I will like pursue and try and take a shot at the remaining Gilgug, confident in the fact that we can catch up to these shuttles and like either kill them, disable them, or force them to surrender once they don't have an escort. If that makes
Okay,
sense.
then. I'd like you to make a move and shoot with a cover modifier.
We'll move and shoot. Okay. Is that the what's on these sheets?
Snapshot.
Snapshot. Yep.
Yes.
With cover, so 9. Oh, man, dice are not my friend today. That's a big old whiff.
Would you like to reroll?
What's our current narrative?
2.
What's that?
They exist to be used, though.
What the hell? I'm greedy. Matro wants to paint that all important 5th kill sign on.
Then you can paint the mobile suit however you want.
Exactly. I believe that's still not going to be good because that is a 10.
You can also use a +2 from your reaction.
Well, I haven't succeeded anyways, so I will burn the reaction because clearly they don't work anyways. That's what I have friends for. They just save my ass instead. Yeah, I'll burn my reaction then for a +2.
Is it now a success?
It is now a success. Oh, wait. It is still a success, but I'd initially forgotten my -1. So I had been failing by but a +2 will still get me to success, but I had forgotten that momentarily. Sorry, I just barely not made it, and now I will. I'm expecting to get fucking decked by a Gelgoog. It's gonna be great.
It gets away.
Balls.
You hit it, but it got away.
I mean, how fast is the Goku?
They are pretty fast.
Hey Max, go you're lighter. Go catch up to it. Finish off your fellow myth.
Oh, you tell that to Max?
No, Faust isn't gonna say that. Well, I mean, if anything, Faust is gonna turn to Max and say, "Would you like to pursue him?"
You see Max raise his beam rifle. And let's just see what happens. That is a kill.
Wow. Hey, we did it.
I had to use the bonus ace in a day to not have that be at a 8 per my threshold, but Max did it. That is his first kill.
Very dramatic. Just like in the manga. Just like a game show.
Just like in my Japanese animes.
This is just like what Japanese animes.
All in all, that was remarkably successful.
True.
Riley says, I do like it when operations go smoothly. Talaba, you go check on that. He just pointed a shuttle. You go capture that one. Max, you capture, and then you basically divvies out transports for everyone to capture. They surrender without much of a fight. Unsurprisingly, I'd like everyone to take a combat fatigue test using the grit. It's a 2d6.
It's 2d6. Combat fatigue grit.
Yep.
One
I have
So-
4. Wait, how
So
does-
for just being in combat, you take 1 mind damage. If you fail this test, you take an additional d3.
my
I rolled a 4. Huzzah. I actually passed that one.
I have a 4 in fatigue grit, and I have to roll a 2d6. All right. I rolled 7.
Is that a success
That's-
or a failure?
I beat 4. I rolled 7. That's 3 failures. Yeah, 3
Failures too. That
failures.
is d3 mind damage.
I need to roll a d3. I got a 3. Now,
Quite a
else
bit
was
of
that?
mind damage.
4. Concerning. Oh well.
Yeah, how is Foss feeling right now? What's her mind health at?
4.
Oh,
I
that's
have a
not
maximum
good.
of 8. I have a maximum of 8.
That's actually really bad.
Okay.
You all return with your haul.
You know, Felt has that mind damage because like half the battle she was like looking at the Gelgugax and trying to figure it out.
You return to the hangar to process your prisoners. The EFSF Marines do so. You see 6 Zeke pilots with their hands raised exit the shuttles. You see the Marines manhandle them. These men will most likely see prison for the rest of their lives, if not executed.
Well, sucks to be them.
It does suck to be them. So, now what do you guys want to do? Everyone except Max has returned to the hangar floor.
Where's Max?
He's presumably still in his cockpit.
You know what? Faust is going to go over to the to the Gogu Gex and wait for Max to come out. So congratulate him and definitely not take a peek inside the cockpit.
Just like
Okay,
overflowing with sympathy on somebody who's probably having a real tough time with the first time they go into combat, they go and shoot down one of their own countrymen.
Eh.
Hey, to me, it makes perfect sense.
Anything? Well, they're both test pilots. This is his first cockpit encounter. That's just going to say he did well, and also take his cockpit. We guess like the girl boss in this part of town. So yeah, that's what Faust is going to do.
I'm not sure. You gonna stop Faust from making an ass of herself?
Normally I would, but I feel like right now I'd probably go find Rally because that's like I said, that's the third twice in one day and third time that Rally saved my life so far. So probably go talk to him rather than deal with Faust's eccentricities.
Wait, did you
What?
say sex interesties?
Eccentricities. Sorry,
And
I
I've
don't
worked
think
my
that was okay. There was I was about to say there are several things wrong with the romantic pursuit of by Faust of
I-
Poet. First
no.
off, workplace ethics. Second off, the 8-year
8-year
age gap.
difference.
No. Eccentricity.
Large.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm working my way through my gigantic supply of Halloween candy, so I've been on to about 4 suckers in a row at this point. The joy of living in a small town where it's a total crapshoot if you have 30 trick-or-treaters or 2. I was more towards the 2 side this year.
Ah. So where exactly are you waiting, Faust?
Probably near the Gogu Gex.
As the mechanics are climbing all over it?
Yeah, why not?
You see the mechanic lady from earlier, who looks
She's glaring.
absolutely pissed, walks right up to you. He says, "Ma'am, what are you doing here?"
Faust slowly turns to her and says, I'm here to talk to the pilot. He performed admirably today, considering he had to go up against what was once his fellow countryman. Faust simply wants to give her congratulations.
With that comment, she starts to grit her teeth. I'll be sure to let him know.
You know what? Sure. She can tell this is going to become a problem if she tries to overstay her welcome, so she'll just simply nod and walk off. She'll get her info later.
Very
Gaslight
well.
gatekeep. Girl boss in this house.
Oliver, what do you do?
Does Oliver notice that that Max would be upset?
Max is not his combat.
Okay. He sort of looks around, notices how the hangar's suddenly a little emptier, and just sort of floats his way down to the entrance.
To leave?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go?
Uh,
It's hobby time.
mm-hmm. Well, I actually may need to actually leave IRL. So,
Oh,
yeah.
excellent timing for that.
Sorry.
Yeah, if you do that, just do fail to improve for your skill and do a hobby thing.
Gotcha. I'll type it up.
Excellent.
Alright, see ya.
Have a good one.